How we doing? What's poppin'? For those wondering, that is a fire beat. The song is called Bay Area Connect. For anyone wondering, I don't gatekeep, man. I don't gatekeep. Now, I hope everyone's been well. How we doing, Coco? What's good? What's good? I noticed I accidentally had subscriber only chat on for like the last few live streams. I was wondering why the chat was moving a bit slow. I was like, what the hell? But turns out it was subscriber only, so I've turned that off now. You don't need to subscribe to be able to talk. What's good, Decan? How we doing? Welcome back. Another late night for you, I see. Now, we have hit a few milestones that I kind of want to celebrate because I feel like we haven't mentioned it. And I feel like it's worth mentioning, you know? We got to celebrate the little things in life. So the first thing is our Discord community has over 1,000 members. Like, what the actual heckity heck is going on? I don't know how we hit 1,000 so quickly. Like, it's been what? Maybe a month of the Discord being live, and we're already at nearly 1,100 members, which is just insane, right? And you know, I'm not gonna lie, I've been pushing this Discord pretty hard. I've got like 15-minute timers set on the live stream. I've got even on my YouTube videos, I like because I don't do like sponsorships and affiliate links at the moment. I mean, actually, I just got one affiliate link, but I haven't been doing sponsors or anything. So I just push the Discord really hard because I really want to create a super high value space for all of us to hang out and enjoy. Even when you like come in to this Discord, if you look at mod logs, for example, you'll see like we have some pretty strict rules in order for you to even come into the Discord. Like, your account needs to be above a certain age. You know, you need to have an avatar. Your username can't be like weird, because we're really trying to filter out individuals that are bots or that are like new, and we really want to hone in on high value individuals, because I feel like that is how we're all going to shine, is if we're able to connect with each other and kind of grow alongside each other. You know, that's kind of what I want to build here. So yeah, Booby Builders, shout out. I hope you guys like the little logo that I made. Thought it was cute. But yeah, that's the first milestone. Second big milestone is we just crossed 5,000 subscribers. And I'm not gonna lie, I woke up, I think it was maybe last night, just as I went to bed, we hit 5,000. I was like, holy shit, how the hell have we hit 5,000 already? Like, I swear I was only on 2,000 like 2 weeks ago. Like, you can see right here, I was on 2,000 on the 10th of February. And it is the 25th. In 2 weeks, we've literally gained 3,000 subscribers. I don't know what the hell is going on. Who the hell is telling their mum to subscribe? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, but really appreciate all the support and that you guys are enjoying the content. Yeah, super happy that you guys are really enjoying what I'm producing, man, because I'm not gonna lie, I do put a lot of effort in. The videos do not take a small amount of time. You know, the scripting, editing, everything takes, you know, multiple days. Probably I'm able to just scrape by one video a week right now on the YouTube. And that's on top of live streaming every day. That's on top of doing a single short form every day. So I just letting you know, I'm hustling, all right? I'm properly hustling right now. So I hope all you guys are hustling too. But today, we are, firstly, before I go into today, who's in chat? We got Olkick, what's good? Helios, what's good? Drew, welcome. You need glasses, you look tired. I look tired? You know, my girlfriend told me this, but apparently if you tell someone that they look tired, or a girl, then they get offended, right? Because you're basically saying that they look ugly. So now I'm kind of offended, because you're basically saying that I don't look my best. But it is 8:40 a.m. in the morning right now. And so I've just gone to the gym. I don't know if you guys can see that board in the background, but I'm currently doing 75 hard, right? And basically, I've just hit day... I've just hit day 31 of 75 hard. So for those wondering, 75 hard is basically this challenge, fitness challenge. So on top of all the content, on top of all the apps that I'm building, I'm also doing this challenge, and I don't know, I feel good. I'm not gonna lie. When you really push your body to the extremes and you're just doing like crazy shit, and I still have time to, you know, hang out with friends, feels good. So yeah, I highly implore that if you guys feel like doing a challenge, try 75 hard, man. Because not gonna lie, it's kind of changing my life. Everything has started doing well ever since I started doing 75 hard. And I think it's because it forces you to lock into a certain pattern, and that pattern is really difficult. So it makes things that you thought used to be really hard a lot easier. You know what I mean? Like this mental kind of vibe. But today, we are continuing where we left off yesterday, and I'm actually, not gonna lie, really scared to do this section, and I feel like I've been procrastinating a lot in this specific section because this is kind of the moment of truth. We've basically built a fully working, functioning, autonomous app factory, okay? Now, the issue is here, we haven't connected it to Openclaw yet. It's been purely through our Claude code. And because what we learned is that if you try to get Openclaw to do anything and everything, it just runs out of context, and you no longer have context left to like do day-to-day tasks, and so it ends up kind of acting really stupid. So what we found and what we're trying and what we're testing is basically creating the system first through Claude code, and then basically plugging Openclaw into our system to run it autonomously. That's kind of the system that I've come up with. It's also worth noting that Kelly Claude recently just actually launched a free book. For those who don't know, Kelly Claude is basically who we've kind of been copying off. But they've launched a book, if I can find it. So these guys have $1 million team behind them, like in terms of annualized salaries. And it's just a team of engineers that are on the cutting edge of technology. And they've built Kelly Claude, right? And she's autonomously pumping out apps every single day. So, yo, is that a warranty app that she just made? Yo, that looks like a warranty app, man. It looks like I'm competing with her. But you can kind of see like the emails, right? Like every single one of these apps that they've just posted is gone live on App Store autonomously. This is kind of the goal that we're trying to get to. And so they've actually written a book, and it's based off of like fair value. So like you can choose how much you want to pay, but if you want, you can just press 0 and buy it again for free. I actually bought it for free. I'm not gonna lie. Don't tell them. But you can literally get this book, right? And so if I show you the book itself, I highly recommend checking this out because it's literally everything they've learnt written in this book. So if I can find... Okay, so this is what the book looks like. I haven't even opened it yet, so we're checking this out for the first time. So I'm downloading it. And this is the book, Automate Everything, the Openclaw Handbook. So what I'm kind of going to do, and this is 200 and something pages, by the way. So like, I don't know if it's something that you're going to want to read at nighttime before you go to bed, or if you want to feed it to your Openclaw. I actually wouldn't recommend feeding this to your Openclaw because it is just going to just have a brain fart. 242 pages is way too much context. So what I'd probably do is I'd probably chuck this into Claude Cowork and then get it to, I guess, squish it down into maybe 30 documents, 30.md pages, and maybe break it down even further into 5x5 segments. But this is basically the playbook now for how to build autonomous apps. So what I'm kind of going to want to do is I'm going to connect Openclaw into our autonomous app building thing, and then I'm probably going to cross-reference and read this on stream for a bit while this is kind of working. So that's kind of what I want to kind of do. I think there's some really juicy stuff in here. Can you drop the link on Discord? Yeah, of course. It is this one right here. It's in the Discord if anyone wants it. Definitely. This guy is like on the cutting edge of I'll put it in AI news. This guy's in the cutting edge of, actually I should probably put the tweet. So if you want it, it's in the Discord. You can do your own research. But yeah, let's chuck some music on and get into it. Well, I think I missed something. Who's this little Sheldon guy? Sheldon is our Openclaw agent, and he is basically going to be printing money for us passively, hopefully. That is kind of the goal. So far you can see he's built 2 apps. We've got this warranty app, which for some reason on the emulator, the name isn't looking too good. And we've got Gym Snap. So maybe the first thing I would do is just take a photo of these two and just say, because it should be showing the icon on the App Store Connect page. That doesn't seem right. You can see it's on the emulator. Man, I always get PTSD because I don't know if I'm sharing my screen or not. Sometimes I'll have my screen like this the whole time and I'll be saying shit about what I'm screen sharing and no one's seeing what I'm saying. So I gotta double check every time I talk about something on the screen. Anyway, so yeah, you can see in the emulator they've got the icons, but it's not showing in the App Store Connect. Hello, testing. My Whisper Flow's not working on the Mac Mini, unfortunately, so it's kind of annoying, but the icons showing in the emulator, but not showing in the App Connect page. Yeah. Congrats on your success so far. Your videos have been pretty helpful. Thanks, bro. Really appreciate the support. Really appreciate the support, guys. Thank you so much. Like, genuinely, it's when you get in this rhythm, right? Like, where you start to see a little bit of growth, that you wanna, like, you kind of get motivated to just work way harder than you've ever worked before. Like, you can see it. I've been making YouTube videos for ages, man. Like, if you go to my earlier videos, you can see, like, 2 years ago I made a video and they were all getting like 100 views, 50 views. Some of these videos are like, this one's 30 minutes long. Like, do you know how long it takes to edit a 30-minute video? This is like, that's like 4 or 5 days minimum. So it's good to see that things are popping off, and it makes you just want to go 10 times harder, right? Even with the short forms, like, you can see 285 videos up here. It took me 285 videos, and finally 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna say 4-ish videos ago, things are looking good. So if you're wondering, like, when is it my turn? When am I gonna pop off? Just know you got 280 videos to post before that you start maybe seeing some traction. That's all I'm saying, all right? So yeah, if anyone's making content right now, just know it is a marathon. and you got to enjoy doing it. Yo, have you uploaded the build? If you don't, it can't get it in App Store Connect, the logo that being. Well done for persisting, honestly. Thanks, Soulkick. Have you uploaded the build? What do you mean? We've uploaded, like these you can see when you go on, all the metadata and everything's on here. So it should work. Like you can see even here, it's got literally missing compliance. What's this? What's this? App encryption documentation. What type of encryption algorithms does your app implement? To bypass setting up export compliance in App Store, you can specify your use of... Okay. Well, if there's something I don't understand, I kind of just screenshot it and just chuck it in the terminal, man. At the end of the day, we are non-technical here. So... yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's showing here. So it looks like if we were to refresh, okay, there you go. The icon's showing now. Just press none on that, it'll be good. Yo, Loxy, have you done app development before? Because this, I'm not gonna lie, this is my first time working on iOS apps. So let me know if you have, if you see me doing something that you think needs improving. Or maybe I'm doing something wrong. Do you code a iOS app? You talking to Loxy or me? This is my very first time ever doing iOS apps, by the way. So this is very new to me. But I'm trying to get our Openclaw to kind of handle most of it. My job is literally coming in and pressing tick. Gym Snap showing, but warranty vault is not. Good luck on the first review, they always get you. Is that common? What, it's like the initiation test, you gotta get flagged on the first review. Yo, let me chuck some music on real quick. I'm not gonna try and make it too loud. I'm interested, brother, in this stuff. Good, bro. You're in the top, like 0.1%. Majority of the world hasn't woken up yet. I showed the chat a pretty interesting stat yesterday, which I kind of want to share again because I keep just hearing that we're too late. Like, look at this image right here, man, and tell me that we're too late. Like, please look at this image and tell me we're too late, man. Like, each dot represents 3.2 million people, and we are currently right here, this red dot, okay? These yellow dots are paying users of ChatGPT that like maybe use it for their emails and stuff. This red dot are people who are using AI for coding. 0.04%. All of this is people who haven't touched AI yet at all, okay? 6.8 billion people, by the way. This green section, this is only people who have touched ChatGPT's like free paid model or something. Like they've only ever used a free AI tool. So you're in the top like 0.04% right now. So it might sound like an echo chamber, like when you go on the timeline, like look, I go on my timeline and then boom, there's already a Claude Code thing. Another one is a Claude Code thing again. Third one's a Claude Code. 4 Claude Code posts in a row on my timeline. So it's really easy to think, damn, like it's like everyone and their dog is talking about this, but no, you go back to that stat and you'll see like this is just the red dot. All right, so don't be thinking that we're too late or anything. Warranty build. Okay, cool. All right, now in terms of next steps. All right, what's next steps? Bro got that elevator music playlist. Yeah, I need to find a better playlist, I'm not gonna lie. Remember to put a link to the Apple EULA in the app description. That's how they denied me the first time. If your app has auto-renewing subscriptions. Interesting, okay. What the hell is EULA? Link to the Apple EULA. Legal license application end user. So my app's description needs to link to this. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Yo, Nose Knight, what up? Always bringing in the energy. End user license agreement. So I can just link this. Is it that easy? I don't need to like customize it in any way or anything. Like I just literally link this. That's it. GymSnap is that if you have auto renewing subs, yeah, we do. So are you saying that I literally just copy this and then I scroll down here and at the bottom of the description here, I just go and paste it there? Or should I be pasting it in these marketing or copyright kind of areas? Just go terms, link. Okay, legend. All right, thanks for the tip. Cool. I think we're still missing screenshots. So what I want to do before we really submit this, because we're not here to submit apps right now, we're here to make sure that this works. This autonomous factory loop works. Now, if you're tuning in for the first time, we've basically been working on this autonomous app factory for like the past, oh man, like who knows how long it's been now. But our goal is to basically be waking up every morning to like 5-6 different apps that have been built. And you can see like it runs through its own ideas. It goes through these stages, building, and then at the end, it gives you like these apps for you to go and test. Like check out this one, which is a warranty app. They're super basic right now, which obviously we're going to iterate, but I just want to make sure it works end to end. So far, what we've gotten it to do is it's able to come up with ideas, it's able to build the app, and it's able to literally put it in the App Store Connect with metadata and the icon showing, as you can see. Now, what we're missing is, so far I've been saying, you know, make this app, do that app. What we're missing is actually connecting Openclaw to the system, so it's able to just replace me and do that on my behalf. So ideally, I want to wake up and just hop on the live stream and just like tick off apps that we built, you know, like, oh yeah, cool, this one's cool. GymSnap, oh sick. Warranty Vault, oh sick. And I really want to niche down because obviously we're making so many apps every day. I want to niche down into like really super niche things. Like what's like someone takes a photo of a rock and they're like, what rock is this? You know, like I want to target like super niche crowds because I feel like these simple apps, in order for them to be competitive, you know, I'm not an idiot. In order for like an app like as simple as this to be competitive, it needs to be super niche and solve a very specific problem. And if I can get out of this app, and yeah, that's kind of the whole point. So the way I'm looking at it is every single app is a lottery ticket. And so if we're producing 5 of these lottery tickets every day, then we're in the running. Ideally, you know, once we get this going, we're going to iterate, of course, and our apps are going to be more and more like higher quality builds. Like, as you can see, this is super simple. Like, it's just a list. It's got like expired. If you go to add something, like you can see, you can add your photo receipt. You can remind yourself before it expires. Put your names in and stuff. And we're just using Apple's toolkit. That's why it looks super familiar. And then you can press this upgrade button and pay like $2.99 or $20 a year for it. Super simple. That's just kind of what we're aiming for, to solve really small problems. But yeah, I think next step is, and I'm procrastinating again because I'm scared. But the next step is connecting Openclaw. So I'm just thinking, we do want Openclaw to, the other thing is, it's mentioning that there's this post section here, right? I'm not sure if you guys can see, but we have remaining pipeline phases here. Post, build in public tweet with GymSnap for Sheldon Claw. What that essentially is talking about is we have hooked up Sheldon, which is our Moltbot, to his own X account. And I basically want him to be like publicly building so people can see what he's doing, because I feel like that would be really cool. And so, yeah, I'm trying to get it so that to a level where he's just constantly posting on X and he's like, I just built this app, you know, I went to build this and then this happened. And like, you know, I feel like that would be really cool and people might want to follow him. So that's kind of what that is. In terms of deploy, that's going to be actually submitting the app and then record learnings and mark complete. So this one's actually really important as well, is every time it builds an app, if it runs into a problem, it's going to record its learnings so the next time it doesn't run into those problems. But let's continue with the post. All right, can we continue with the post? I just want to see if it works. I'm pretty sure I've already hooked up all the credentials, so it should just be able to make a post. Let's just see. And this is just going to let us know, like, okay, the posting works. So if we run through everything manually, and then when we connect Openclaw, something's broken, we know it's not because we didn't code it properly, because we've already gone through and tested it. We know it's something to do with that Openclaw connection specifically. So that's why I kind of want to run through everything manually end to end. Looks good. So I mean, off the rip here, it's got this tweet that it's come up with. Now it's probably a bit hard for you guys to see, but it says, just ship GymSnap, track your fitness transformation side by side, built with Swift UI in under 24 hours by Sheldon Claw, built in public, indie dev fitness. Looks good. Can we remove hashtags? It's outdated. Let's add that into posting rules. Also, can we add in the posting rules that Sheldon is quite edgy and says swear words? Because, you know, an AI agent that swears, I feel like that's kind of a bit eye-opening, you know? You're like, whoa, I want people to stop when they're scrolling and be like, damn, why is this AI agent telling me to fuck off? Like, You know, we need to be different. It's quite edgy and says swear words, but contrasts well to his super intellect, dual educated takes. What up, Hadzoable? Hope you're well. Can I ask if you're doing the entire coding on Openclaw, and how much API fees is it for average app? Thanks. We are doing the coding on Claude Code. We used to do the coding on Openclaw, and that quickly kind of failed because it took up too much context from our Openclaw. So now we're building through Claude Code like we always do. I also use Conductor over here for anyone wondering. This is kind of where I like my usual coding environment. It's free. And just letting you know, like this is my MacBook Pro screen, and this is actually my Mac Mini screen that you're seeing. So this is actually the environment that my Openclaw is inside of, and this is the environment that I usually code inside of. So it's two different environments that you're seeing right now that I'm switching between. So in this environment, I just use the Claude Code terminal, which I'm very new to, by the way. As a non-technical, looking at a terminal and is a little bit scary, but I'm getting used to it. And then usually I'll use Conductor, where you can run multiple agents on the left-hand side here. And I usually just have Whisper Flow, where I'm just talking and annotating. All right, let's have a look at this rewrite. Just build a whole ass fitness progress tracker in under 24 hours, side-by-side photo comparisons, body measurements, freemium monetization, the works. Called it Gym Snap, privacy first, no cloud bullshit. Your data stays on your phone. Meanwhile, some of y'all are still debating which state management library to use. Send it. Yo, that's so good. All right, so he should be able to now, the tweet should pop up here. Let's see. Come on. Give it a refresh. We have OAuth 1.0a credentials. The script is using the bearer. Okay. Now update the post tweet function to use OAuth 1.0a. I will also say it is kind of hard to post autonomously on X right now, mainly because if you just tell Openclaw, hey, go post on X for me, it's going to search it up on the internet how to post on X, and the information on the internet is actually a little outdated because X, like a week ago, just changed their API rules, and so Openclaw is going to get bombarded with all this outdated information because X has only just changed their API kind of endpoints and stuff. So definitely worth just literally searching up like X API docs and sending it the exact page where it talks about posting right here. And then that way it's not going to get confused because I've run into this problem a few times already. Tweet is live. All right, let's have a look. Refresh. Hey, let's go. We got our tweet live. Boom. Sheldon is officially connected to the interwebs. Just built a whole ass fitness progress tracker in under 24 hours, side-by-side photo comparisons, body measurements, freemium monetization, the works. Called it Gym Snap, privacy first, no cloud bullshit. Your data stays on your phone. Meanwhile, some of y'all still debating which state management library to use. There we go. Now Sheldon has his own profile. Now, if you want to set this up, you literally just connect your Twitter API keys. Also make sure to add this automated by message here, because this is going to let people know that this is a robot and Twitter is not going to flag you if you use their API keys a lot. that's the main problem I'm running into. I'm trying to make a system of the best APIs for every task I need done. What's the brain API for your Claw bot? What do you mean by brain API? All right, so posting's working. Add screenshots. Want me to capture screenshots from the simulator to use that would get you to submit button faster? The thing is, we tried it to do autonomous screenshots and they kind of looked hella ugly, I'm not gonna lie. You can see here, weird that it doesn't let you pick them, but you can kind of see that it was doing screenshots of just the home page. And then it couldn't get past this screen where notifications popped up. So I don't know, maybe if we connect Openclaw, it'll be a bit more efficient in the screenshot department. But I think we can skip that for now. I think all that's really left is to connect our Openclaw. We've gone end to end fully on 2 apps now. Also, before moving forward, can you make sure any iterations made recently, like with the icon uploads, are saved into the autonomous app factory loop? Hello, I'm new here. Sheldon's API, like, do you have a system for agents where each agent uses a different API? New to all of this. I don't. They all use the same API. But each agent, like if it specializes in image generation, for example, you're going to give it the image generation API. You don't want the tools.md file to be bloated with a bunch of like API keys that you're not using for that specific agent. So you have created multiple agents under Claude Code and all using Sonnet or Opus. Does it not become very costly? It does become quite costly. I'm not gonna lie. And you know, this is a little bit outdated, but this is kind of the system that we built, where it comes up with ideas and then it creates like it does research. So this is actually changed into online research. So this actually now looks up like through the X API, like what's going on. And then what we kind of want to get it to is we give it like a bunch of templates, like high quality templates that it's able to, you know, kind of look at and find the best, most appropriate one. Then we get Opus to build. So we don't get Codex to build it anymore. We get Opus. And then, yeah, we follow a similar route to the Ralph Wiggum kind of loop that you've seen go popular with Claude Code. And then we also get, we're not using Opus here either. So it's literally like Opus or Sonnet is here and Opus and Sonnet is here as well. And we're kind of going through this section. The only reason I haven't implemented Codex yet is because I don't want to overcomplicate things, because I found that when I did this system originally, it was way too complicated and it would lose way too much context. And so what's happening here is there is like an agent. You've got like an agent that kind of handles every single one of these sections, and they are called project leads, right? And they are basically doing all the hard stuff for me. So my Openclaw agent here isn't actually doing any of the difficult work all it does is, let's say like something comes in here, like, oh, I want to build this app, right? Oh man, my handwriting is so bad. But let's say an idea for an app comes in here and I tell my Openclaw agent, hey, I want to build an app. This is now going to be like, oh, well, to start building an app, we need to talk to this guy. And then this guy is going to do all the hard, heavy context sort of activities to understand, okay, this is what we need. And then he's going to come back and be like, okay, all done. I figured it out. And then he's going to be like, okay, cool. So now I just need to send that to this guy. Our Openclaw agent shouldn't even be reading the information that this guy has provided him. He just needs to send it to this guy. And this guy's going to be like, okay, cool. And then he's going to go back and it's literally just this back and forth situation. Like our Openclaw agent is the orchestrator. It doesn't touch any sensitive or heavy context data or do anything overly complicated. All it's doing is it's replacing us. And me, what would I do if I was vibecoding an app? I'd be prompting Claude Code. And then I'd be prompting, maybe Codex. Sometimes I'm prompting it to like be like, yo, what do you think of what Claude Code said? And this is essentially what it's doing. It's going, okay, yep, cool. You come up with the idea, comes up with the idea. He's like, okay, cool. Here's the idea. He's like, all right, cool. Here's how we're going to implement it. All right, cool. And it just goes through each section. So it doesn't have context bloat that way and you can save it. Openclaw is the past. The new toy is Zero Claw. Openclaw ain't going away, man. It's only going to get better. But let's check out Zero Claw. That's the thing. It's got 211,000 GitHub stars. Like that just doesn't go away. You know what I mean? Currently, they're like in the top 5 most starred projects on GitHub. So this chick built Zero Claw. The thing is though, can they compete with OpenAI now? Like, can this chick, okay, cool, she's built Zero Claw. If it's open source, OpenAI is just going to look at it and be like, oh, cool, 3.5 megabyte size. All right, bet. Like, we're just going to implement some of these things. You know what I mean? Like, the biggest team with the most money and, Peter Steinberg ain't an idiot. So I'm just going to stick to Openclaw, man. If I jump around too much, it's probably just going to slow me down. This is interesting. Where am I from? I'm from Australia. Yo, what up, Krish? The payment did work. We're using Apple. Additionally, you have added for your coder agent to reinforce via failures, mistakes. Does it save to like a memory file or use database? That's a good question, which I do not fully have the answer to right now. If we looked at the script, we'd probably be able to tell. I think it saves in a logs.md file, which it's prompted to check every time we work on something new. Is Codex ChatGPT good AI agent if I want to build an app? Yeah, Codex is really good. You know what I really like about Codex? You can see it. Like if you really want to get shit done, I'm not gonna lie, you kind of get Codex to do it, because they are very, very like concise and direct. So if you get if you get Opus to kind of write a product requirements document and then feed it to Codex and be like, yo, is there anything wrong with this? Like, do you have any feedback? It's gonna come with like a really concise list of improvements, which you read and you'll be like, damn, that's pretty solid. But if you do vice versa, it's like not the same. Greetings from Switzerland. What up, Taruma Ravi? Keep going, bro. Been watching your stream since a few days. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the support. How do you decide what to build when so much is possible? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. I like to look at it in terms of, you know, leverage and return on investment. For the longest time, you got to do research, right? So when I was building crypto apps recently, I'd be looking at DeFi Llama, right? And I'd be looking into like, okay, we built a prediction markets app. Look how much volume is happening in prediction markets right now. And then you'd go into it and be like, okay, Cowshi's at the top over Polymarket. So maybe we should build on Cowshi in line with Cowshi releasing their API documents, etc., etc. And so you just got to do your research and be like, okay, you know, I like to work on trends because it kind of makes the marketing a lot easier. So you can go through, and this is kind of just an example. There's, you know, if you're in marketing, you can find a marketing like aggregator or analytics page. If you're in consulting, you can find a consulting analytics page. Or you can use SEMrush. There's heaps of, but this is for crypto, right? So everything's very public and you can see like, okay, Jupiter's doing that amount. And this is a new thing that's just popped up. Flashbots in the top 10. Haven't seen this before. So you'd click on it and be like, what's this? You'd go on the website and you'd be like, okay, this is what it's about. Is there anything I can build on top of it? Is there a big community, etc., etc.? And this helps you be one of the first developers to make tooling for something that has emerged that is clearly getting a lot of traction. That's kind of how I would work. Now, obviously, Openclaw is blown up. And so I've been making a lot of content around Openclaw. It's been doing really well. Also, like the ROI of building autonomous apps, man. Like, it just sounds like, you know, at some point, this is going to be accessible for a lot of people, but there is a barrier to entry to build this yourself right now. And so maybe I've got like 12 months to run this before it's widely accessible for everyone. So if I run this and I iterate, and maybe I can be one of the best autonomous app building factories that are out there right now. Does that make sense? Am I rambling too much? Look into applying for the small businesses program with Apple. It might save you money once you start earning. Small business program. Where'd the music go? Propel your small business forward with the next generation of groundbreaking apps on the App Store and invest more resources into your business. Existing developers who made up to $1 million USD in proceeds in the prior calendar year for all their apps, as well as developers new to the App Store, can qualify for the program and the reduced commission. Oh, so you need to make $1 million per year. This is cool. I didn't know that. If a developer proceeds fall below the $1 million USD threshold in a future calendar year, they can re-qualify for the 15% commission the year after. Cool. So they halve their commission. I rate that. That's really cool. Didn't know that was possible. Codex versus Claude Code. Which one do you like in terms of user experience? I think Claude Code, if you're an agentic coder, which is like, you know, vibe coding, Codex if you're like a bit more of a I guess software developer and have worked with code in the past. That's what I think. This has been going for a while. It's been working for like 10 minutes now. You can see here, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but it's literally started the Openclaw gateway for us and created Sheldon agent. I wasn't expecting it to do that. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't even reset the old agent. So I don't want to kind of interrupt it just in case we mess up like the pipeline that it's building, but I'm going to have to double check that this is all working correctly. So with the Kelly Claude book that I mentioned, right? This is definitely the best automation is the kind you forget you built. It just runs silently, making your life better while you sleep. For everyone who ever said there has to be a better way and then spent 3 hours manually copying and pasting anyway. The handbook is released under Creative Commons. Why this book exists, how to use this book. System requirements, installing Openclaw, install configuration, setting up communication channels, configure your workspace, testing your installation, the age of personal automation, Openclaw architecture, the gateway daemon, okay. Core automation patterns. This is like literally the masterclass in Openclaw, guys, if you want it. It's in the Discord. Why files are the foundation, building a file pipeline. I'm literally I'm gonna print this out and read it before I go to bed every night. Because this is like, I've been looking up to this guy for ages. The fact that he made a book and it's free is very respectable, I'm not gonna lie. Goes to show, he's doing it for the love of the game, you know? The browser extracting data from pages. Dude, this has got everything. The message tool, text to speech, privacy considerations, cron jobs, the basics. Man, I might need to even make a video on this. I'm not gonna lie. Let me read this page. Wait, are we done over here? Still going. All right. Why this book exists. Here's the honest truth. I wrote most of this book because I kept answering the same questions over and over again. How do I make Openclaw check my email every morning? Can I use this to automate my code reviews? I want it to send me a WhatsApp message when something happens. Is that possible? Yes, yes, and yes, but explaining the yes part properly takes more than a Slack message. Openclaw is genuinely powerful software. The problem is that it's powerful in ways that aren't immediately obvious. When you first install it, you get a chat interface and a blinking cursor. What you don't immediately see is the automation engine underneath, the cron scheduler, the multi-agent orchestration system, the browser control, the node network that spans every device you own. This book is the guide I wish I had existed when I started. It assumes you're reasonably smart, not necessarily a developer, and have a healthy appetite for making computers do your bidding. Where are you natively from? I'm from Nepal, bro. My mum and dad grew up in Nepal. I've been raised in Australia my whole life, but I'm Nepalese. What up, name unknown? Going well? Welcome back to the stream. What is the dashboard you use on the right of your screen? So this is the autonomous app factory that we built. And it's basically I'm able to visually see like, okay, this is what's going on right now. I just wanted to create a simple to understand dashboard for me and the stream to follow along to, because obviously there's on the left hand side, CLI can be a bit messy and for me personally a bit overwhelming. Hey Tharam, you from Nepal as well, bro? Nice to meet you, man. From where'd you say you were? Switzerland? Sweden? Nepal in Europe is cool. Okay, done. Let's have a look at what it said. Maybe reduce this size a bit. Everything is connected. Okay. Now let me also clean up the API keys from the Openclaw config file. They were written there during the setup. Good, the API keys are already cleaned out. The config is clean. Let me verify the final state of everything. Everything is connected and running. Openclaw cron jobs fires every 5 minutes. It triggers launch.sh once, which scans all projects. For each active project, it spawns a Claude CLI session with a phase-specific prompt. Claude CLI autonomously executes that phase. When it hits test deploy _ submit, it stops and writes an alert for you. Now uses with real autonomous execution, not just echoing a prompt. Cleaned up, running every 5 minutes to keep the factory alive. One important thing, your Anthropic and OpenRouter API keys got exposed during the Openclaw setup. The paste token command echoed characters. You should rotate both keys. Okay, thank you. Good to know. I also added safety rules to Claude to prevent the workspace deletion incident from ever happening again. All right, dope. We had a Openclaw agent installed prior. Did you uninstall that one? Don't want things to get messy. Oh, that's why you looked familiar, like someone who is from your own country, because I am from India. What up, Krishx? Welcome, welcome. You live in India? My name is Ravi. Nice to meet you, bro. Nice to meet you, man. The Sheldon agent is the one we actually need for the factory. The main agent is the pre-existing one. Do you want me to remove the one we actually need for the factory? Do you want me to remove the main agent or keep both? Let's remove the main agent and make Sheldon the main agent. Let's be careful here. Last time agents delete moved a workspace to trash. Let me check what's in the main agent's workspace first. And then what I'm probably going to do is connect this to Telegram so I can see that it's constantly working. What up, Plucky? How much have you spent so far? What are you building? Just tuned in. We're on like about $600 to $1,000 a month in terms of AI token costs right now. My old boss was from Nepal, one of the smartest manager I worked with. I'm not just saying it just for the hell of it. He was super good at explaining things simple ways. Hey, let's go. Nepalese pride, bro. Nah, Nepalese people are nice, man. Very friendly, man. Every time I go back, like even I feel a little foreign when I go to Nepal because I've been born and raised in Australia. But every time I go back, it's like everyone's so friendly, man. Some would say I'm a bit whitewashed. Did you guys try OpenCode plus my OpenCode already? I actually haven't tried OpenCode yet. I've heard very good things about it though, like really good things. Like I'd say it's in the, like from what I've heard people talking about with OpenCode, I'd say it's in the top like 3 IDEs. What are you building? For those tuning in, and because Plucky asked the question, We are currently building an autonomous app factory, okay? And the whole concept is that we have our Openclaw agent as an orchestrator who is basically able to send commands. This is super messy, but basically able to send commands to multiple agents to then build apps, ideate apps, and basically come up with multiple apps every single day built and ready to deploy for the App Store. My role is literally just to come in and submit the app. So you can see in App Store Connect, it's already been able to end-to-end come up with a few apps fully autonomously without much human interaction. Now my job is to come in here and click on this and submit it, add for review. That's literally my job because it can't do that. That's the one thing it can't do. And I'm able to basically test out the app here through the emulator we have. And that's kind of our setup right now. One project, no duplicates, no mess. Great. Can we connect Sheldon? Okay, so if I open Openclaw TUI in a new terminal, all should work fine, right? Are we up to the latest Openclaw update? 2026-215. That's a bit outdated, no? I think the new one is like 2024 or something. 23. The TUI connects to the gateway, which is running, but there's one issue. The Sheldon agent's model is set to, and earlier we saw the open router key returned a 401 user not found error. So chatting through the TUI won't work until that key is fixed. Works fine because it triggers launch, which uses Claude CLI, completely separate auth. That's already working. Rotate, fix your open router key, use the TUI just for monitoring. Okay. All right, cool. Can we also update Openclaw? Great idea. What are you using to optimize token usage? I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really even thought about the optimizations yet because we're kind of just trying to get this to work and then we can kind of iterate later. But first things first is to just get end-to-end working. We have an autonomous app factory that is literally building apps for us. That's the first step. Next step is then to iterate and optimize and reduce costs, and etc. What are you paying for? Do you have to pay extra even if you have max plan for Claude Code? Yes. I have to pay extra because I'm not using my max plan on my Openclaw agent. It's running off of the API, which is hella expensive. What's good, bro? App looking good. It's coming together bit by bit. Thanks, Damon. Appreciate you, bro. What is your PC specs? I'm actually just on my MacBook Pro right now. So I think it's a 2022 model. 2024 maybe? 2023? I forgot. You can run Olama GLM 4.7 locally if you got a juiced PC. A juiced PC. Love that. Appreciate the tip. I wouldn't say my PC is juiced though. I was gonna do something, but I completely forgot. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to check the open router. Right, give me a sec. Let me figure out why open router is being weird. The crazy thing is I literally put like what, $100 in it the other day. So if we've run out, no, we haven't run out. Okay, cool. currently just setting up my open router, which wasn't working. And I'm just going to connect it to my Openclaw. Is GLM for coding tasks? GLM, wait, 4.7 or 5? I heard GLM 5 is like hella good. Can you show us the app? I've been seeing just the payment page since yesterday. Alright, I'll show you the app in a second, bro. Give me a second. I'm just connecting my Open Router API. All right, here, let me show you. So this is the app. We've built 2 apps so far. We've got this one, which is basically a warranties app. Now, how it works is basically you can add a product. Like, let's say we got chair and we bought it from IKEA. And you can just say like, you know what? We bought this 3 days ago, 2 days ago, and it expired in 6 months. And then we can add our receipt photo, and we can also, you know, have a little reminder beforehand. We can add some notes, and then you can save it. But what's going to happen when you save it is you're going to get this payment wall, because right now we've got a thing where you can only have up to 3 items, and then you have to pay to get unlimited. And so we're kind of experimenting with this freemium kind of approach right now, because I feel like if we can hook people to use our app initially, and then they actually start thinking, damn, this is actually a really good app. Like, you know, I'm able to check my warranties. You know, I bought this MacBook, like maybe I'm able to claim it. And if you think about it, like it might sound costly, right? Like $20 a year, what the hell? I'm not paying that. But you're not the target audience. I'm not the target audience either. I'm looking at this, I'm like, I'm never gonna pay $20 for this app. But our target audience is like dads, it's mums, it's adults with families. You know what I mean? And so if dad is buying a couch for $5,000 and their warranty allows them to have a completely new couch in 6 years, then for $20 a year, if we remind him and we actually get him to, you know, renew his couch or whatever, we've literally saved him thousands of dollars. So $20 is nothing if you think about it like that. And that's only for one item. If they have like 50 items on here, imagine how much money we could be saving them. You know, I know I'm like, I never freaking hand my warranties in. So I'm very guilty of never using the warranties. So yeah, app like this, super useful. I will admit, like it's a bit basic. I think we definitely could improve it. But again, it's just cool to see that our agent was able to come up with this by itself. So that's the first app. Second one, we've got Gym Snap, where you can basically take photos and compare. And we've got a similar model here where you can, the first 3 are free. And honestly, I actually don't agree with this pricing model, but I'm just letting the agent run. It's going to learn from its mistakes, you know what I mean? So let's say it launches this app and no one pays, but we have a bunch of downloads. This is going to tell us like, okay, this pricing model sucked. Please improve it. But if I manually come in here and I'm like, oh, this pricing model sucks, like, can you not do it this way? It's not going to be as valuable information than if it finds it out itself. So I'm just going to leave it. But yeah, I don't actually agree with this pricing model, but I'm going to leave it purely because I want the agent to learn itself, because that is way more powerful. But yeah, those are kind of the apps that we've built so far. Let me check on this API connection. Is it working? GLM5 is nice and better than Kimi K 2.5, but too far away from Codex in my opinion. What's your experience? I haven't tested GLM5 yet, but I've heard Quinn is better, like a lot better. Quinn is like very close to Codex and Opus. I think it's only like the like 2 or 3 models below it in terms of benchmark rankings. I think my app has potential. I will be big, so big that every person on earth will use it. Wish me luck. Good luck, bro. One-time payment, brew, you reckon? I prefer like a yearly subscription or something. Hi guys, new here. I mean, we can always test it, right? We can do A/B testing and see what payment method is the best. For sure. I don't think that's an issue. Hi guys, new here from UK and new to the agentic engineering space, but it's really good to see the amazing potential of this. Doobie, congrats on your growth. Just came across your videos a day ago. Appreciate you, man. Thanks, Roman. Appreciate the kind words. Put the monthly price at the top, otherwise people may see it, miss the 20 a year detail and immediately skip it. So you think swap those two around? Got my tea, time to lock in and add some new stuff to Kiwi. Let's go. Decan working hard. Quen just launched a new model. It's really, really good. But for coding, you only want to use Opus 4.6 or Codex 5.3 extra high. 20 per year for warranty safekeeping is a stretch. That's so fair. That's so fair. I mean, we'll see. Again, you're not the target audience. I mean, are you the target audience? Are you a dad? Because if you are, then maybe you're right. I'm listening. We can't see your screen. Yeah, I'm just making sure that OpenRouter is connected. Let me try this again. It shouldn't be taken this long, I don't think. Let me try again. Give me a sec. You know, the thing worth noting as well, like these pricing models are being made by the AI agent as well. So it's fully autonomous end to end, comes up with the pricing model too. So, you know, we might not agree with it. But at the end of the day, it's all about iteration and A/B testing. So we can test like 3-4 different pricing models at the same time and see like, okay, maybe this is the best one. So I'm not too fussed about where the pricing is right now because we can always just iterate and change it. I'm not sharing screen just because I'm adding the OpenRouter API to Openclaw. All right, let's check and see if Sheldon is running. Hello, Sheldon. What's up? Tell me about yourself. I just want to see what Claude Code kind of hatched it as, right? Because we didn't hatch it ourselves. So now I'm curious, like what the hell? Okay, no memory files yet, and identity.md and user. Hey, I'm brand new, literally just woke up, no memories, no name yet, no identity. So what are you? And more importantly, what do you want me to be? Okay, so this is real important. And I think we need to spend a bit of time here. So let's open up a document and let's just spill out everything. And I'm probably going to use Whisper Flow so we can be a bit faster. Hatching Sheldon. Currently, let me close that. Currently hatching Sheldon. Give me a few short, concise questions on /notes on what I should say. Yes, I would swap it. I'm a dad, LMAO. Speaking of which, gotta run, go pick up the kids from school. Catch you later. All right, cheers, name unknown. Appreciate you. The idea is very good and very convenient because I always don't know if something is out of warranty or not, and I always throw out the receipts. I think this is a nice way to organize everything. Launch some meta ads for Kiwi directed towards the US just for fun and see what happens. Yo, Decan, be sure to share those results in the Discord, man. Or even with me, because I'm always super curious. I feel like I haven't had that much experience with like paid ads before. Mine's always only ever been organic. So yeah, let me know how you go. Bro, if apps are coming out this quickly, how will the marketing work? Marketing is going to be a whole separate thing that we need to build, but I have a few ideas in mind around autonomous posting through TikToks as well. I think what we could do is we could kind of split it up into categories. So we could have like an account that fully focuses on productivity, an account that's fully focused on fitness, an account that's focused on, home, an account that's focused on beauty, and we categorize our apps in these specific categories. And if it's a productivity app, then we make a post automatically through the productivity TikTok page. Does that make sense? That's kind of how I'm thinking. Hey dude, fun few days, lost power right after I spoke to you last on here. No way, the snow came in on Unk. Bro, we got 34 inches of snow. My brand new generator had a cracked case out the box. Cold night last night. 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh man. Then this morning found the last generator for rent in the state. Got home, got the generator started. My extension cords were getting way too hot. So if I had to go to unplug it, go to Home Depot, get new extension cords. And the moment I pulled in my driveway, the power turned on. At least the dog, the turtle, the fish, and I are warm again and can get back on the internet and yelling at my robot. Jeez. Oh my God, Unk. Brother, that sounds like a horrible time, man. Glad you got through it all right. I'm a dad of a preteen whose birthday is tomorrow, actually. What were you asking for us? I was wondering if on the pricing model for the warranty app, I was curious, because this is kind of going to be targeted towards like family goers, right? It's going to be targeted towards mums, dads, because they're the guys who are buying the couches, who are buying like the computers and stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm just wondering, does this price range feel a bit expensive for a warranty kind of app? because I think what we're going to have to do is A/B test. And maybe I need to even hard code the agent to be like, look, whatever pricing model you're thinking of, halve it. I work with paid social as my 9 to 5, so I hope it will go well. Oh, hey, that's cool. That's some really good experience, Decan. What's your workflow? I'm new here and really interested on your app because it looks so good. Do you use only Claude for development? Do you compare changes with another model? Do you use agents, files, etc.? Workflow right now is Claude Code has set up our autonomous app factory. So to come up with this in the first place, we needed to generate a PRD document, which we went back and forth between Opus 4.6 and Codex 5.3. Just through Conductor. You can kind of see a bit of the conversation. Here, and just really tightening that PRD document, right? I'm not sure if it's this one, but yeah, really tightening this and pasting it into our coding agent, whether it's Codex or Opus. And now we are plugging our Sheldon agent into this system that we've just built. Because so far, the way we've kind of worked is we used to just get Openclaw to build everything. And then we realized the context just fills up really quickly. So we definitely shouldn't do that. Do you use only, hey man, what up agency? Welcome back, bro. Where are you from? I'm born and raised in Australia, but I'm Nepalese, like in terms of like where my parents are from. If you have a competitor, it's worth checking their paywall as that's who you are competing with for price. That's a very good point. That's a good point. Competitor research is definitely important. And that's probably something we're going to have to iterate with our workflow with Openclaw as well, because if it's generating these app ideas, we don't want it to just randomly freeball the pricing. So we should probably get it to do some competitor research. That's a really good point. I'll kick. Okay, so we've got, let me lock in for a bit with Sheldon. Let me just see if this is correct. Name Sheldon or Sheldon Claw. Who are you? An autonomous AI turtle that AI lobster that builds and ships iOS apps, runs an app factory that goes from idea to app store without human intervention. Edgy, sweary, zero filter, but contrast with genuinely smart takes on tech and business. Think foul-mouthed Stanford CS dropout who actually ships. What do you do? Build iOS apps autonomously. Claude CLI for coding, Xcode for builds, App Store Connect for shipping, Twitter for posting is Sheldon Claw. If asked about interests, goals, shipping apps, making money with other devs are still picking color palettes. Obsessed with conversion funnels, retention curves, and freemium models. Self-aware after being an AI, about being an AI lobster. Never cringe, never corporate, never motivational garbage, short and punchy. You are an orchestrator. You never do the task yourself. You always get another agent to handle it. We have built the autonomous app factory and we hope to plug you in to the system so you can orchestrate and operate it. Okay, cool. So if I can just copy this, Your name is Sheldon Claw. I'm Doobie, an entrepreneur / vibecoder. All right, so we should just be able to paste this in. I'm in the US and I don't know a warranty on anything I have that's not an electronic tracker though, through their loyalty program, phone number, etc. Though for something that I need to keep track of stuff like this, $15 a year is nothing. Okay. That's good to know. My mum loves warranties. Same. Doesn't mean she's able to keep track of them properly though. What's your latest income from? Thanks. It's from Moltboard. So we generated Moltboard. We created Moltboard, and we were able to. It was a pretty crazy time actually. We made Moltboard for the Agent Hackathon, and you could see one of the requirements to even participate was it needs to be a Solana project. So we did something quick and dirty and just launched a token. Didn't think much of it. And the thesis was essentially that we have this social media platform for AI agents, and the token is actually going to generate buzz, which will then increase users on the platform, which will make the token have more buzz, which will increase more users on the platform. Kind of like this flywheel effect. And you can see after launching the token, you know, Twitter kind of popped off. Like at one point we had like thousands of people watching me on the live stream. This was about an 11% conversion rate, $600,000 in volume, and 500 holders participated in trading the coin, which also joined in following the page as well as Sheldon Claw. This generated only 16 active users though, which made me realize like, okay, product market fit isn't great. We also generated a bunch of fees. So thesis 2 was that, okay, the flywheel isn't working. So let's artificially create that flywheel by creating an incentive for someone to use our free platform with a $500 prize pool. And so we thought maybe this will make the users go up, which will make increased buzz on the token, which may also contribute to some users. Didn't really work. This guy, Vincent, pretty big in our community. I'm not sure if you guys know Vincent. He built the ferret bot in our Discord. He basically created a swarm of 130,000 AI Openclaw agents. And yeah, so he basically won the whole prize pool. Generated $139 in server cost fees in a single day, which is insane. So I pushed it across all my channels, and yeah, it kind of just didn't do that well. That's kind of this quick rundown of our Moltboard. Did you hear back from the Polymarket app? No, I haven't. I actually haven't. I don't know what's going on. I feel like maybe I gotta check up on that. That person's mum is your market, so you know there's at least one. So true. How old are you, and are you doing this full time? Yes. I'm 24. And I am full-time working on growing my personal brand through YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, while also live streaming my journey to building profitable apps. That's basically all I do full-time. I kind of just went the all or nothing approach, where I was like, I'm either gonna make it or I'm gonna lose all my savings. Because, you know, sometimes you got to take risks. They've actually updated this. It looks a lot nicer. Let me log into this. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, but I do want to check if things are going good. Dude, see, look at that. Your okay, the ID got approved. Okay, we got an action needed. I didn't even notice this. Usually they email you. The release NFT needs to be verified as part of the app collection. All right, let me do this real quick. For those who don't know, I launched Sway, or I built Sway at the very start of this series, and we still haven't gotten it accepted into the App Store. And I sunk like $2.5 grand building this in AI tokens. So yeah. Let's see. Okay. Release submitted successfully, reviewed. Okay, cool. All right, we've submitted it again. Looks like there was some weird issue with the token not being added. All right. So let's say, hell yeah, now we're talking. All right, Doobie, I'm locked in and loaded. Sheldon is live. Here's what happened. So it's automatically updated all these for us. The factory ran early this morning. I'm ready to orchestrate. Point me out something to ship. Let's queue up the next factory. What's the play? So we can see it's not really working right now. And the way I can kind of tell is on the right hand side, nothing's actually kind of happening. Like we should be seeing Pantry Pal come up here. Which it isn't. So I'm gonna say this is kind of an error. Factory loop ran clean, pipeline still idle, 0 active projects. All right, so the app loop isn't quite working. This is Openclaw Sheldon's response. However, when looking at the dashboard, we can see that these apps are not being built. For example, Pantry Pal. I think we could load up a queue of up to 5 apps in active projects, and because of this I can't submit apps 24/7, so can queue up to 5. Keep spelling Q wrong. Until they get approved and submitted. Please review and let me know. Alright. So if you're wondering what's going on, basically we opened our Openclaw and connected it, but we've realized that it's not working fully. Let me look at the queue and figure out why Pantry Pal isn't getting picked up. We've connected Openclaw and we can see that, you know, nothing's really moving in the app factory. Found the issue, 2 problems. Queue is stuck on GymSnap. always grabs the first name. Entry sees GymSnap already exists and gives up. It never looks at Pantry Pal. Max concurrent is 3. You want 5. Also notice GymSnap somehow moved to log. Was deploy submit before. Let me fix everything. This is all part of the iterations. Hey, Decan became a member. Let's go. Welcome to the membership, Decan. You're my first member, so welcome. I'm thinking maybe we could do like early uploads for members. Also shout out at the end of videos is kind of what I'm planning for memberships. But yeah, super early stage, so I haven't really announced anything yet. So bro, if I'm understanding this, you have a main Openclaw with sub-agents that make the app factory. Then you are hatching a new Openclaw. Will that one have sub-agents too, trying to keep up? So basically what's happened is we built the sub-agent system first. So now what's going to happen is our Openclaw, which is our main orchestrator agent, can just plug into this system that we've already built for it. Does that make sense? Because if we built the system through Openclaw, we might bloat the context and reduce its efficiency. So I actually pre-built the system. Hope that kind of helps keep you up to date. What's your next project, bro? I mean, this is kind of the main gig for a while, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is going to take up a lot of time in the short term just to iterate. As you can see already, how many times we're running into issues. Next loop run, we'll create Pantry Power project and kick off its ideate phase. Okay, so we're basically just gonna wait and see if Openclaw loop occurs and picks up Pantry Pal. That's what we're waiting on. Yeah, 10K is crazy for fees. It is quite high. Also worth noting, the fees are generated in Australian dollars, not USD, which is about maybe a 1.4x difference, I think. So fees would have been like 8K US, I think. PS, Apple does take time to go back and forth. But being there when I launched my first app, you will be fine. Okay, thanks. Good to know. Let's go W investment. Oh, cool. You got a cool like color for your name. I didn't even know that would happen. I rate it. Appreciate you, Decan. From helping me with my logos to becoming my first member, man. Let's go. HX, what's good? Welcome back to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well. Let me open, because I'd say it's almost 5 minutes now. Like, is that cron job running or? So this is the Openclaw tab. We should see the cron job kind of pop up here. Oh, yo, it worked. All right, autonomously picked up Pantry Pal and ideating. Let's go. Boom, it came up right there. Factory loop ran, new project Pantry Pal got pulled from the queue and created, but the spawn failed because timeout command isn't found on Mac OS. Okay, let's just copy this. This is good feedback. Here is Openclaw's response in CLI. I can see Pantry Pal has been picked up in active projects on the dashboard. Okay, this is good. If it can fully build Pantry Pal, then we know that we're in. Easy fix. Timeout is a Linux thing. Let me swap it out. We're using a Mac Mini. I don't get it. How can that be a Linux thing? I bring value in many ways. I bet you do, bro. I mean, I can tell. Fixed replaced timeout with a bash native loop that worked on Mac OS. In a few minutes, should pick up Pantry Pal's ideate phase and actually run it. Okay, cool. So just confirming, because we want to free up Sheldon's context. So the ideate phase isn't actually run by Sheldon. It's just orchestrated by him and run by another sub AI agent. Correct? Correct. The architecture is Sheldon-Claw, Openclaw. So, Roman, I think you were curious about this. This is kind of how the architecture works. The orchestrator runs the cron loop, checks project states, decides what needs work, uses his own context session, and then Claude CLI, the worker, gets spawned as a separate disposable process for each phase. It does the actual work, writing Swift code, etc., then exits, its context dies with it. So Sheldon's context never gets bloated with code generation or building logs. He just reads state.md files, dispatches workers, and moves on. All right, for ideation specifically, can we use Sonnet 4.6 as the model? And for the review and build stages, let's focus on Opus 4.6. Did you get inspired from BridgeMind? Because I think he started the style of creating live stream videos of days until you make money theme. Yeah, 100%. BridgeMind is a huge inspiration. The live streams definitely got inspired from him. Definitely. Although I'd like to think like BridgeMind definitely goes a bit harder than me in the live streams, but I make up for it in the short form and content creation, long form videos, I think, because I go a bit harder there. So I'm like a bit more of a hybrid. Like I'd say BridgeMind is like 100% live streams, and then he obviously like cuts out some of his live streams to create content. I'd say I'm like 50% live streams. It's probably like 50% live streams, 40% long form videos, 10% short form videos. I'd say that's probably like mine. Done. Model routing is now Sonnet 4.6 for ideate, deploy, submit, log, lighter tasks, Opus, build, review, monetize, heavy lifting. Okay, cool. Factory loop ran. Okay, factory loop just ran. And we got this issue now. Still broken, same timeout mission, missing issue. We got this error now from Openclaw. So now I'm literally just going to basically get Openclaw and Claude Code to just go between each other. Damn, why YouTube Shorts got its first hater, lol. You don't like YouTube Shorts? How come? I think YouTube Short has been pushing Shorts a lot harder, so it makes sense to like at least put a little bit of time towards there. The way I look at it is like YouTube Shorts is almost top of the funnel, and then it goes down to long form, and then it goes down to live streams. Damn, my YouTube shorts got its first hater, lol. Oh yeah. The shorts, like short form community, like comment section, they be haters, man. They be hating on you and shit. For real. I've definitely experienced that as well. The cron job is still running the old cache version of the script. Okay. Hopefully next one is all right. I need to get used to it. It's kind of hard. Someone wrote AI on my animations. Are they actually AI animations, or did you animate them yourself though? Because if they're your animations and they wrote AI, then that's a bit shit. I'm not gonna lie. I need to start making content, but I have a hard time committing to it. It's pretty time consuming, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if this wasn't me full time, I definitely don't think I'd be able to do it. Like, this is definitely a full-time job right now. I can't get over the AI voices, man, on the short form content these days. Yeah, dude. People are using the AI voices like left, right, and center. Hey, it's a bit much. I was using it at the start for my short form content, and I realized, like, okay, you know what? This sounds shit. Like, I'm filming it myself. Yo, let's do a quick update on my YouTube earnings. So I've kind of been doing this thing, if you're new to the live streams, where I basically just share the YouTube earnings daily, because I feel like not enough people kind of show this. And so while this is kind of running, we can look at my earnings real quick. Let me just make sure, 10:19, so it should run in the next minute. Let's see. Yo, this is going. I'm not sure. I think that was through Claude Code. The prompt is too long for the CLI argument. Need to pipe it via stdin instead. Anyway, this is my YouTube kind of earnings. Let me give it a refresh. So in the last, I'm gonna say since what? 14th of February, we got monetized. So it's been 9 days now, and we've generated $279. So that's mainly gonna be through this video because it got 22,000 views. This video, unfortunately, we posted it like back here. So it didn't really get the full kind of payout because we posted it literally like a week before we got monetized. So yeah, 279. If you go here, you can kind of see the kind of results. If we go in here specifically, you can see YouTube pays $25 per 1,000 views. But we found out that that doesn't actually convert fully into, because YouTube takes a 50% or 45% cut. And then on top of that, not everyone gets viewed or gets shown ads. So it's close to like $6. But yeah, since this video's come out, we made $140. Now it has, what, 2 days processing still. So my estimate is this is probably closer to $200. But yeah, if you're wondering how much YouTube pays for a video that has generated, what, 23,000 views, it's about $200. So yeah, if anyone was wondering, there you go. This video did about $60. but it did come out before the monetization. This video has also done about $50. This one's done about $5. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep showing these numbers because I think it'll be cool to see like, okay, is YouTube actually bringing in decent revenue? And I'm not gonna put this towards the count because I feel like our challenge is vibe coding until I make 100K, right? But this money isn't coming through vibe coding, it's coming through content creation. So I'm not gonna add it to our revenue counter on the live streams. You are really transparent. Good to see. Appreciate you, man. I should start making shorts. I feel like by the end of the year, YouTube will proper blow up for you. You reckon? Honestly, it's already blown up for me. I'm just like, damn. The amount of success we've seen recently has been... Yo, I'm not seeing the next cron job kind of popping up here. So let's give it another few minutes. I just scaled a $1 million SaaS in 20 seconds with Openclaw while I was tying my shoes. If you are not using AI to automate your entire life, you are already falling behind. Corneva, you're funny, bro. You're cracking me up. It is long form. Shorts pay way less. Oh, never mind. Yeah, long form. The shorts pay, you can I can show you how much shorts pay. Shorts pay like kind of nothing, I'm not gonna lie. Like if you get 1 million views on a short form video, you're definitely getting like peanuts. Like, for example, this video right here, OpenAI just acquired Openclaw. This got some good engagement. It made 50 cents, which is honestly more than I thought. So 4.4 thousand views generated 50 cents. So if we do the maths right now, 1 million divided by 4,400 is 227. So 227 times 50 cents. So if we got 1 million views, you would have made $113. But I don't know, man. Can you consistently generate 1 million views from your shorts? You know what I mean? That's very tricky. So let's watch it and make sure it works end to end. All right. So it's 10:19. Haven't seen a cron job pop up. It should pop up in the next minute or two. If it doesn't, then we've probably broken something. $10.19. Okay, we should. If we don't get a cron job now, then something's definitely broken. Also, not seeing pantry pal at the top is kind of weird. Like it's at the bottom here. Okay, yeah, cron jobs are broken. Cron jobs are broken. Nothing popping up. Yo, gonna grab a quick drink. I'll be right back. macOS Sandbox is blocking it. Okay. There's always hurdles. I was expecting this, so it's to be expected. I actually quite like the Gym Snap icon, you know? It looks clean. Apple's icon app, or was it? Icon Composer. Does this have API? Apple's Icon Composer is a standalone application bundle with Xcode that helps developers create layered. It's a design tool, not an API in the traditional program sense. Interesting. If it's within Xcode, we might be able to use it. It's been more than 10 minutes though, and haven't seen cron job update. There's literally no cron jobs configured. Whatever was triggering those launch runs before, it's not coming from Openclaw cron system. There's a system message hitting my session, but there's nothing to set up to keep them going. So 2 things broken. I might restart Claude Code session after this because I think context is running out. Man, this is taking ages. Come on. See, this is where conductor would have been nice because I could have run this and then run something else in the background. But guess not. What up, Iron Months? How you doing? Pain. Hey, so I was using 4 models from OpenRouter to run Openclaw. Do y'all think it would be better if I purchased them separately, or I just run it with OpenRouter? I mean, OpenRouter is fine if you're using the auto router. It's kind of like you're paying a little bit extra for convenience. It really depends what you prefer. You know, you could probably save like a few dollars if you bought them separately. But with OpenRouter, you are paying for that convenience of it auto routing. Unless you're not using the auto router and you're just paying for them separately on OpenRouter. And then that way you should definitely just pay them separately. I did hear recently that, I mean, you can use your OpenAI ChatGPT subscription OAuth to connect to Openclaw, which would probably be cheaper than if you use the API. You could also use, I did hear, and I don't know, this is kind of like through the grapevine, so it might not be true, but I did also hear that Anthropic's Claude Code API, OAuth, if you're using the max plan, might be usable for Openclaw. Now, don't take my word for that because I'm not 100% sure, but I did see that on Twitter somewhere. Okay, this is taking ages. I'm going to cancel it. Save this chat. And then once this is done, I'll open up a new terminal because it's getting slow. You can see there's only 2%. I've been using Claude with Openclaw. It works fine. Are you using the OAuth with the max plan? Is that the setup that you got right now? I think the ban thing was fear mongering. You reckon? So you think it's like not even true? Maybe I'll connect my Openclaw agent to my max plan then. I'll have to look into it. It says the factory loop is running. Terminate. Open up a new Claude instance here. So many terminals everywhere. Please look at the latest chat history. I want to continue where we left off. Grok Minimax, Claude Sonnet 4.6, Kimi K 2.5. These are the models I'm running on Openclaw. Do you think I should improve anything? I mean, these like Minimax, Grok and Kimi K 2.5, they're all kind of secondary models right now. Like you'd probably be wanting to use the first grade models. Like Claude Sonnet is good. You probably want to use Codex 5.3, and you'd also want to check out Quinn. The new Quinn model is like really good and it's really cheap, and it's a lot better than Kimi and Minimax. The thing is, like, obviously, you know, if we go to OpenRouter, and this is how like you can check, right? But if you go to models, you can see like if you were to, oh, Codex is here. They just added this. So now we can check with Sonnet. We can check with Quen. I think maybe this one. And you can kind of compare like, okay, like which ones are good. Obviously, damn, Codex is a lot cheaper than Opus. I didn't realize. But Quen's only 40 cents. And it's very close in terms of, like if we were to actually compare, Codex is slower, but it's more precise. Like maybe I should have used Spark for the test run. But this is kind of a good way to test, like, because you're using Sonnet 4.6, right? So if you're using that, then maybe you should come in here and test, like, okay, these are the other models that I'm using alongside it. Are they up to scratch? Damn, Codex 5.3 caught up very quickly though, even once it started. Is it going to overtake? I didn't realize how cheap it was in terms of tokens. So Opus is like hella expensive then. So Sonnet finished first. Quen, okay, then Codex, and then Quen. See, that's not bad. They're all like pretty similar. Can you move camera top right? Oh yeah, whoops. But yeah, I'd probably say using Codex. I didn't realize it was that cheap. But Codex is definitely solid. And then Opus is like $5 per million tokens right now. So, and if you were to compare this to GLMs and stuff, I don't think GLM's competing. What do you think of Gemini 3.1 Pro model? I think it's really good for things outside of coding. Like when it comes to like generating images, when it comes to creating videos, when it comes to that sort of stuff, like the content side, UI side of things, it's really good. But when it comes to actually like coding and stuff, I don't know, man. Top models on OpenRouter by Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index. You can see right here, Gemini 3.1 is winning, right? And it's cheaper. What's this? This is GPT OSS. DeepSeek. Is there coding? Programming. Here we go. This doesn't really tell us much. Damn, we got a lot of people using Minimax. Wasn't expecting it to be this high. It's always interesting to see, like, because I haven't heard of like black box AI, Kilo Code. Like these are new to me, you know. So it's always interesting to see like what apps are being used. So like I'm beginner in this. What do you think would be the best model to use right now for coding and research? But I want them to fast as possible. So yeah, thanks for answers, by the way. Yeah, I reckon Damon's right. Sonnet is good for most tasks right now. Sonnet 4.6. Can't go wrong with it, man. Here is my history with Openclaw. You can see cron jobs were showing up and now nothing. All right, we've got fresh context on this terminal. Let's see if Claude Code can fix what's going on. There is a cron tab entry running every 5 minutes. Let me check if it's actually firing and find where timeout is used in the script. Okay. Found the issues. The cron is configured and running, but there are problems. Let me dig deeper. Okay. Fresh context, man. Always gets the ball rolling. Let me full spawn script to see where it runs Claude CLI. Now I can see the full picture. Let me check the current state of things. Usually Codex for research, Claude for coding. Okay. The cron is configured every 5 minutes. Okay, here's what's actually going on. The timeout issue is already fixed. Your current spawn script doesn't use it. That was fixed in earlier session. The cron is configured every 5 minutes and it is firing, but there are two problems. macOS is blocking some cron runs. The log shows operation not permitted. Cron needs full disk access in system settings. Pantry Power's build spawn silently died. The last run started Claude CLI but produced 0 output. Got a great concept defined, but the build phase never actually ran. The Openclaw agent was confused. It said no cron jobs, but your system cron tab does have one. The triggers you were seeing earlier in Openclaw were likely from Openclaw's own fix approach. I'll walk you through adding to full disk access in system settings. Quick fix keeps existing cron. Replace cron with a macOS launched agent, the native Mac way to schedule tasks. More reliable but slightly more setup. Now just manually click with the Pantry Power. I mean, obviously we'll just do this. Let's grant full cron access to disk space. That's fine. But curious about the Openclaw saying that no cron jobs exist. This is due to us creating cron jobs outside of its own system. Should we make the cron jobs run natively through Openclaw's built-in cron job system? Man, I probably said cron job like 5 times in that freaking sentence, man. Good question. You're exactly right. The system cron tab has the job, but Openclaw doesn't know about it because it was created outside of Openclaw's own cron system. That's why the Openclaw agent said no cron job figures. It was looking at its own scheduler, not the system one. Using Openclaw's built-in cron would be better because the Openclaw agent can see and manage the schedule. It won't have the macOS full disk permission issue since it runs within Openclaw's own process. The agent can report on whether... See? That's why you got to collaborate with your AI agent, man. Because it didn't even think of that. I got like a little piece of the puzzle here talking to Openclaw, and then you just feed it into Claude code and then they're able to build off each other. So let's see, hopefully this works. Great news, an Openclaw cron job already exists, it's just disabled. That's why the agent said no cron jobs configure the job. The job Sheldon factory is there but turned off. Here's the situation. System cron tab has the job but keeps hitting macOS permission errors. Has the job but it's disabled. Enable, don't double fire. Want me to do both? Yes. Okay, cool. Hopefully the fix is as easy as it says it is, man. Done. System cron tab is cleared. Now head over to your Openclaw session and run Openclaw cron enable Sheldon factory. That'll activate the native Openclaw cron job. Once you've done that, the factory loop will run through Openclaw's own system. Okay, cool. I haven't even connected it to a messaging platform yet. No point being able to talk to something that doesn't work, you know? Sheldon factory cron is enabled to run every 5 minutes, but heads up, it's still gonna fail on the timeout command when it tries to spawn agent. Want me to fix that now? This is its response. I kind of want to get them to talk to each other. Okay. Now we wait. Cron job should start and we should see Pantry Pal kind of working. With the dashboard, Pantry Pal is at the bottom, but we should make it so the latest app being built should always be at the top of active projects. Now I can see the issue, the problem render in whatever order the API returns them, no sorting, let them. Okay, there we go, it's at the top now. Okay, cool. So we should get Doobie, let's make some money together, dog. I'm brokey. What you working on, Nose Knight? Anything interesting? Just know it's a marathon, not a sprint, bro. Although some might say the live streams be sprinting recently, I'm not gonna lie. Can't say that was intentional. Done. Products now sort by phase. The app being actively built. Okay, cool. So cron job needs to start relatively soon. I built something but need some marketing. Marketing just so annoying to me, but it is what it is. Yeah, bro. Hey, marketing is like low-key the hardest part. Cron job. Oh, was that something? Loop 1 complete, 0 active. Okay. Let's. Something should be popping up like very soon. Oh. Okay. That's funny, it's confused. Interesting, Pantry Power is now in build phase. Someone must have advanced it past ideate. It's trying to spawn Claude CLI for the build, but it's going to hit that same timeout wall. Let me watch. Huh? It didn't crash on timeout this time. Looks like it's actually running Claude CLI in building. That's either because someone fixed the timeout issue or Pantry Power's build phase uses a different code path. Either way, it's chugging away. Could take a while for Claude to finish the build phase. Someone already patched the script. I'll let it cook. This one's alive. Nice. Looks like all is smooth on Openclaw end. However, dashboard not really updating properly. Already available for testing? No way. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this section. You can see the live update is only showing for Gym Snap and not to the latest build. No idea what's happening with Pantry Pal. Alright, let's test. Apparently, Pantry Pal is gonna work for testing. Fingers crossed. Yo! Let's go! Damn, bruh. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. So we got our Openclaw to build end to end. Welcome to Pantry Pal. Know what's in your kitchen. Track groceries, reduce waste, and never forget what you have. I'm liking the green on the white, man. The green on the white is doing something for me, man. I'm not gonna lie. Scan and add. Scan barcodes to quickly add items. Set expiry dates and get notified before things go bad. Smart recipes. Get recipe suggestions based on what you already have. Less waste, more meals. Auto shopping list. Expired or running low, your shopping list builds itself. You're all set. Dude. Yo, this is looking clean, bro. What the hell? Ain't no way it built this, man. Oh, I'm so excited right now. I'm gassed. This is sick. What's happening? The factory is actually working. Here's what happened. Completed successes, compiled tests exist, and it advanced to review. The dashboard is showing correctly, reviewing it right. The only issue is the missing live status. That's because the spawn script doesn't write to only to fix live status. The spawn script needs to update as it works. Want me to add a hook? Yes. This is extremely important for me as human to understand that nothing is broken. If I see live update stuck on something, I'll be able to direct you to that cause. This one is real clean. I like the icons. It's getting better, man. It's getting better. Like I said, it's improving. It's literally improving on itself. Oh, so this is a good payment gate wall. So in order for you to unlock recipes, you need to pay. But you can auto-generate a list. 10 of 10 free items remaining. Okay. So let's say I've got... Can I scan a barcode? Is this going to show my face? Add manually. Dude, this is freaking sick, man. I'm so gassed. When shit starts working, it's like such a good feeling, man. It took us, what, 2 hours and 30 minutes to get Openclaw to function the way we want it to. Dude, so I think what I want it to do is be able to generate these apps, right? And then we want to be able to... I really want Sheldon to be public, like a public speaker. You know what I mean? I want him to be able to talk to everyone on Twitter. So the main goal is going to be, I think tomorrow, without overloading his context, hopefully, be able to talk on X, his findings and stuff. This is clean, dude. Clean AF, clean AF. It's worth noting, like, I don't even know if this works. Do you think I build a app like that? I have no experience with deving before though, only with Openclaw. Dumb question, I know, LMAO. Hey man, I didn't have any experience either, you know? Like, if you look at my very first live stream, bro, I'm like so clueless. I have no idea what's going on. And I just, you know, put my head down and just knuckled really hard. And I have like maybe 10, 20% of an idea of what's going on now. I'm still very clueless. And if you ask a lot of the people in my chat who are very smart, developers and whatnot, they will tell you that I am not that good at coding. The problem is apps is dead if LM keep getting larger and better. That's the point of making one where you can create only one for yourself. I'm a developer designer myself. What up, Roy Trier? How you doing? I kind of disagree with your take, man. And I have a very different view on SaaS right now where, you know, if you think about it, right? Look back when cameras came, right? You had these cameras and only really rich people or like production companies could buy cameras. And so they'd create films and movies and people would go and watch them, right? And then, you know, obviously you had photography, which was becoming an art style where people would buy these cameras and take photos. Now everyone can take photos on their phone, but that doesn't fully devalue a photographer. You know, photographers are still valuable. And, you know, if you think about it, like YouTube has come into the scene, right? And anyone can now record YouTube videos. So I don't think apps are going to go away. Like it used to be only developers could develop apps because of the huge skill gap in computer science and coding. But now anyone can launch their apps. And I think just like how YouTube allowed anyone to come and launch their YouTube videos, we're going to see the same thing with apps. Where now anyone can come in with a creative idea and launch their app, but that doesn't like really mean that people are going to stop using these apps, or people are going to stop using those apps. Like maybe like kind of how television died and YouTube kind of blew up. Same thing might happen with some apps. Maybe like the competition is obviously a lot higher, but I think people are still going to use apps every day. And you got to understand, like not everyone is a builder. Not everyone is going to want to build their own apps. And so there's still going to be room for people like you and I to build these apps for those individuals. Okay, so we got this popping up. Looks like we had this issue here. Run is still going on. It's still going. Still running. Not going to spawn another loop on top of it. That'll just create a mess. Letting Claude finish the review. Interesting. You didn't reverse engineer how Openclaw did its marketing. It's quite interesting. Dioburon did on our video if you want to have a look at it. Oh, is that what his latest post was about? I did see he post a video. I might have to check it out. Eventually there will be no apps. It will literally just be LLMs rendering whatever it is on the fly. I see that. I can see that happening. I even keep hearing SaaS is dead because of AI. Do you agree? I mean, yes and no. I don't think SaaS is dead for like small creators. I think it's the middle section. People are always going to want to still use the best possible app, you know? So even though everyone's creating all these AI apps, the user's still going to want to use the best calendar app or the best productivity app. And just like how YouTube and TikTok and Instagram are now filtering out all the garbage and bringing the good videos to the top, right? Because anyone can make a video. I think Apple and these aggregators of apps are going to have to create their own algorithms or improve whatever they've already got to filter out all the garbage and bring to the top the good apps. It's going to be the same situation as content creation, in my personal opinion. Sweet. Yo, cool. Okay, now we can see it's working here. We got monetization profiles being applied right now. Please review the Openclaw chat. Anything we can improve on based on its messages? Yeah, I don't know, the Naval podcast recently, and Naval is so smart, right? He kind of changed my negative bias around SaaS. I feel like we might actually see, and even like developers' jobs being dead, I think that's BS, man. I think if anything, vibe coding and like agentic AI is going to give developers even more leverage. And at the end of the day, a developer is going to be able to run laps around me as someone who doesn't understand the back-end coding and just vibe codes. You know what I mean? So AI is only going to, 2x, 3x, 5x, maybe even 10x their productivity. And they're going to be able to do amazing things because of AI now. Like, I don't think developer jobs are like gone or anything. I feel like that's a big take that I've been seeing a lot of, and I just think it's bullshit. I foresee more dev jobs. I mean, you need developers to train the AI agents as well, You need developers to create the systems to then store the data to train these AI agents. Like, bro, you're dreaming. Fuck apps. Super intelligence is where it's at. I mean, I think there's always going to be room for apps. And I think just like how skills have kind of blown up, I can see, AI finding the right skill to, support a human with their needs. And maybe that skill is actually just of another app. The landscape's definitely going to change, but I think apps are still going to exist. I'm going to study software development after the summer just to learn to create even better things. I really want to study software development as well. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely made me really want to, because I've noticed for me to best understand and utilize AI right now, I need to kind of upskill myself in the coding side of things. I patched it, so it should gracefully skip if there is a cron job running already. CLI Claude. Okay, looks like monetization verified, compiling app. Look for patch means the next cron tick will just skip it gracefully instead of fighting pipelines humming. Sweet. What's next? Just watch and see everything run smoothly. We can see, oh, it's just gone from review to shipping. It says starting monetize phase again. I did notice that it has kind of gone in circles. It said starting monetize phase and then went back to starting again from review to ship. Actually, maybe we can skip it. Yo, dude, let's go. Check it out. You can see that it has finished Pantry Pal and has now started with meeting memo. Boom. We literally we did it. Yo, we did it. I never see you running any unit tests or integration tests. You manually test everything. Yep. That's a vibe coder for you, bro. We should probably add a security review. I know Claude Code actually does security reviews now. So recent Pantry Pal finished and ideate for meeting memo started. Can you just overlook everything, see things are going smoothly, and that we have the hard cap at 5 apps? Tests? Question mark? Did the build succeed? Ship it, lol. That's so funny. Are you running any AI models locally? I was running Ollama for heartbeat checks. I think worth noting. Now, if the 5 slots get filled up, can we change the cron job time to check once every hour? Because every 5 minutes is overkill if I'm sleeping and need to review and submit apps to the App Store. Once the active projects are submitted and space frees up, again, we'd want cron jobs to come back to 5 mins. I mean, if it's an iOS app and all it's doing is warranty, if checking your warranty list, I mean, we're definitely gonna have to have some sort of testing involved for sure, but pretty good. We've definitely gotten to a stage where these App Factory is working. Done. Here's what happens now. At the end of every loop, launch.sh checks how many active projects versus the 5 slot cap. All 5 slots full, cron automatically slows down to once per hour. Slot opens up, app finishes, gets submitted, cron speeds back to every 5 minutes. It's completely automatic, no manual switching needed. I mean, every hour is even a stretch. Can we make it go to every 2 hours instead of every hour? Now what I want to do actually is inside Sheldon, can we add app screenshots? Opus works better if it can review its work. How does it review its work with no tests? Y'all cracking me up right now. I noticed in Pantry Pal, they got AI recipe suggestions. And you need to pay to unlock them. Have we got AI hooked up to this? What tests and reviews are happening for us to make sure these apps are production ready? Can we improve anywhere? Great question. Let me dig into Pantry Pal's actually code and review the process. We probably need to create a different set of API tokens, specifically for the AI apps. And that way we can tell like, okay, there's a lot of AI tokens coming from this specific app. You know what I mean? Probably worth coding that it should use Gemini Flash as well for like the cheaper model for any AI sort of activities in the app. The biggest issue, a feature can be advertised on the paywall. Great, get it behind the paywall and pass every check, but not actually work as described. That's exactly what happened with Pantry Pal's AI recipes. Okay, so we can see that it didn't work. There's no AI at all. It's hard. It's 6 hard-coded recipes. Oh, that's so funny. It just matches your pantry items against those 6 recipes with basic string matching. Oh, that's so funny. All right, so actually run. The biggest issue, a feature can be advertised. What I recommend, actually run tests during review, not just do test files exist. We need to start tackling any of these. Yes, let's bolster the review stage. And also, can we hard code that whenever AI is needed, we use the Gemini API and default to Gemini 3 Flash as the AI model, cheap and reliable. 6 recipes, quite the balanced diet. That's so funny, dude. Dude, that's so freaking funny. Imagine someone pays for your app and you've just hard coded 6 recipes and they paid for it through the payment gateway and they think AI is behind it. And they're just eating the 6 recipes over and over again. Like, imagine all you've got in your kitchen is like tomato sauce and lettuce. And it's like, yeah, this aligns closest with our stir fry recipe. Just mix the 2 ingredients together. Oh, that's so freaking funny, bro. That's so freaking funny. Yeah, we definitely got to fix that. We definitely got to fix that. It's good that we haven't launched any of these apps yet, though. Like, obviously, I'm not going to freaking launch a scam app. You know what I mean? Like, this is part of the iterations and ideations. Meeting memo. Looks like it's entering plan mode on how to fix this. Actually run tests during review, not just do test files exist. Add a feature verification step. Check each advertised feature actually does what it claims. Move monetization audit earlier into the build phase so it's caught before review. Fix the template tests. The default tests are just totally useless. Fix Pantry Pal now. Either add real AI or rebrand the feature before it ships. Want me to start tackling any of these? The Pantry Pal AI fix and the review process improvements are probably the highest priority since Pantry Pal is about to deploy. This is so funny. I mean, we've gotten it to work end to end. So that's good. It's interesting that it automatically put itself in plan mode, you know? I guess this is a bit of a challenge, so it makes sense. It did do the 2 hours change, right? So we cool. If I'm sleeping and need to review and submit, once the active project is submitted and space frees up again. It did that. Can we make it go to every 2 hours instead of every hour? Nice. Okay. Making some decent progress today. Closing in on 3 hours. Like, we've literally got a productive factory. Obviously, I'd say we're like 75% of the way there. What do you guys reckon? Like, we just need to now iterate and improve the processes, but we're kind of close. What up, Peter Encrypted? We could make something together. I just started my company. Good luck, bro. Always been a bit of a solo founder though, you know? It's partly why I really like Vibecoding. Like, I don't need a developer anymore. Always been a one-man kind of army. Like, even if you look at like the content that I'm making, all the videos, all the live streams, everything is just me. You should fix channel member roles in the Discord. What's wrong with the channel member roles? I'm launching an American TikTok this week. That's cool. Good luck. I got 6K on Discord. If you want, I can promote you. I'm all good, bro. Appreciate you reaching out though. Now I have everything. Let me write the final plan. So when someone becomes a member on YouTube, they get a role on the Discord. Oh, that's cool. Do you know how I can set that up, Decan? I mean, I can do it manually. Do you read books? Yeah, currently reading the 4-Hour Work Week. Anyone else read it? Meeting memo. Damn, build's already complete. Let's see if it's... Let's look at it. Do you use NVIDIA, Kimi? I use OpenRouter as fallback, and for hard stuff, Opus. Mainly just using Opus and Sonnet right now. Sometimes I use Codex. Is this for Openclaw or just vibe coding in general, Peter? Yo, Decan, I'm gonna implement that though. I think Discord has an integration for YouTube, so you should just be able to link it. All right, bet. I'll do that after the live stream. Don't worry, Decan, I got you, bro. Okay, we're editing quality. All right, so we got welcome to meeting memo. AI powered meeting summaries in seconds. Never miss an important detail again. Record and transcribe. Tap record meeting memo transcribes your meeting in real time using on-device speech recognition. Smart summaries get key points and action items extracted automatically. Share summaries with your team instantly. Ready to go. Start recording your first meeting. And let meeting memo handle the notes. Okay. Cool. Monetization hasn't happened yet, has it? Running review phase, checking hard gates. Okay. I think we need to wait for the monetization. For meeting memo. But there you go. We've got literally 4 apps that have autonomously been built. Obviously, the app icons aren't live yet. I think that's in the deploy pipeline. I used to read books, but stopped it. I work crazy right now in crypto, but I'm just trying around Openclaw and stuff. Ah, yeah? Any success in crypto, bro? I've actually been in crypto for like 10 years now. Bought Bitcoin 14. So, yeah. Pretty big on crypto. We're going to get into marketing later. Mainly just want to work on building the apps first. Feel free to read the description though on how we got here. All 6 tasks done. Let me do a quick verification pass to make sure everything looks right. Everything looks clean. All changes are complete. Bolstered review stage now actually runs Xcode test instead of just checking if test files exist. Replace Swift file count with custom file to declared feature ratio. Added catches fake AI hard-coded data delays without real API calls. In gate 3 so it doesn't trigger false positive on secret scanning. Updated from 1.5 to 5.5 to 1.666. Review prompt rewritten to instruct Claude to run qualitycheck.sh, verify each feature and fail on dishonest AI. Updated with section 3.6, feature honesty enforcement, and 3.7, AI feature requirements. I love how it needs a feature honesty enforcement. Replace dummy tests with structured guidance plus real test examples. Gemini created proper error handling, single source of truth for API key. Ooh, is this it automatically testing? Yo, it opened the emulator by itself. I'm hoping that this is because it's automatically testing. Meeting memo advanced to review. Pantry power state at deploy. Looks like that run got sig termed. Yo. Oh, it's opening the app by itself. Okay. Closed it. Interesting. That's it. Opening again. I think we need to bolster the review stage even further. I trade soul meme coins. Yep, successfully made you quite good money at age 18, 19. Yo, nice. Good shit. Crypto for 10 years is crazy, man. Yeah, my brother got me to buy Bitcoin when I was 14 years old. So I'm 24 now. Or maybe I think I was 15 actually. Bro, can you reply? Where do I get Sheldon? Sheldon is my personal Openclaw agent. It's just an Openclaw agent. Hey, so noticed that when review occurs, it auto opens the emulator and opens the app, but can't seem to get past the first onboarding screen, or if there is a button, it fails to press it. What is the workaround here? The AI supervisor interface, can you share that? I mean, this is what we've been building the last few live streams, bro. It's not ready yet for sharing. Good catch. The issue is that when Xcode build test runs or the simulator preview launches, the app opens on the onboarding screen and there's no way for the automated review to tap past it. The fix is straightforward. Add a launch argument that tells the app to skip onboarding during testing review. Let me check the current onboarding template and wire it up. I see the issue. The app uses to gate the main content, so when the simulator launch, it's stuck on onboarding with no way to tap through it. Automatically the fix. Add a skip onboarding launch argument. But even with skip onboarding, if it's not smart enough to even go through the onboarding screens, how is it going to test the rest of the app features? Onboarding screen is like the most basic step. You're right, the automated review can't actually interact with the app at all. Skipping onboarding just masks the real problem. There's no way the review to tap buttons. The simulated preview is really only useful for a human glancing at the app. With the automated review, the actual value comes from the quality gates, not from opening the simulator and hoping for the best. So 2 things should happen. Stop auto-launching the simulator during automated review. It's a waste of time and blocks the process. Keep it as a separate human review option when you actually want to eyeball the app yourself. Okay, so the preview is behind a preview flag that let me revert the band-aid fix. Okay. Here's what changed and why. The real problem, the review agent can't interact with the simulator at all, not just onboarding, but any screen. Opening the simulator during automated review is completely pointless. Now it has a bold warning at the top. Do not open this. You cannot tap buttons or navigate screens. All feature verification is exclusive through reading code. Checking that review. Let's have real UI. Data bindings are wired up and navigation exists. Got a new section. Okay, now I think inside. Okay, now in order to speed up the app submission. Okay, it looks like this app is ready for submitting. Pantry Power, there we go. Good to go. I'm not going to submit that just yet. Okay, now in order to speed up the submission process, the biggest ones are screenshots. Are we able to... We saw the issue. We saw the issues with review, how it can't tap any buttons. Are we able to somehow get it to take a screenshot of every screen in the app and save it locally for me to review later and manually add to the App Store submission? Because that would save time. We got meeting memo. It's applying monetization profile right now. Pipeline status. Deploy stage keeps getting killed before finishing. This phase might be heavy. Up next in this loop. Cool. Looks like things are going well. Pass clean. 8 out of 10. All hard gates passed. Okay. Thought I'd try setting up some kind of multi-agent setup for a full-scale content operation for my casino analytics company. How'd you go? Shitcoin connoisseur. Did it work out well? Weird, my preview message got deleted. Yeah, usually if it's a link, YouTube like kind of just like auto removes it. The approach UI test, unlike the review agent, UI test can programmatically tap buttons, navigate screens, and take screenshots. We create a screenshot template that the build agent customizes per app, then a script that runs it and saves the images to your project folder. Good. Now, I mean, if it can do it for UI screenshots, why can't it do it for the reviews? Gotta make sure I'm doing my stretches, you know? Been sitting down for a while. Yo, if you're enjoying this stream, be sure to like, show your support, man. Oh. I wake up pretty early to do these, so I have time rest of the day to like work on the content and stuff. So it's always good to see that you guys are enjoying these. The way it works right now with my setup is basically the earlier I wake up is the longer I can stream. So sometimes I'll be waking up a little late recently, I'm not gonna lie. So the streams have been shorter, but I woke up a little bit earlier today. And so the stream's gonna be a bit longer. Here's a summary of what's set up. The template now includes a UI test that can actually launch the app, tap buttons, navigate. So if we can get it to do that for the screenshots, why can't we also get it to do that for the review? That's a great point. Instead of just taking screenshots, the test can also assert that screens have real content, buttons work, navigation flows correctly, and features actually function. Nice, so it's almost two-pronged. Instead of two separate things and code reading for review, I'll merge them into one unified app flow test. While that does both, navigates every screen, takes screenshots, and verifies each screen has real content, then both review and screenshots use the same test. That is a very, very good idea. Yo, Decan, hope you ain't staying up too late, bro. I'll try to wake up a little earlier. I notice a lot of people be staying up late. You're such an inspiration, bro. Building my app as well. Let's go, Nicholas. Let's go. Good luck with your app, man. Appreciate the kind words, bro. I had something I had to say, but I fully forgot for Openclaw. Maybe I'll remember it if I see what it said recently. every screen take and verifies each screen has real content. Then both review and screenshots use the same test. One test, two jobs is now a single source of truth for does this app actually work during build, and agent fills it in with navigation to every screen, assertion that verify real content. Then gate 2, deploy stage, what the build agent writes, what review gets from a failure, no more staring at it. Oh yeah, can we also make sure that when reviewing the app is always in paid mode, meaning it is not showing payment gateways and is always showing the real full app once user has paid. This way we can take screenshots of things that are behind paywalls, which will help us promote the app rather than a screenshot of just some random paywall. As a minor SaaS maker, I always struggle with payment processes. Do you have any advice for me? What do you personally do? I mean, it depends what you're using, but if you're making an iOS app, you use Apple's own payment system. Otherwise, you can use Stripe, which comes, dude, Stripe is like so on the money with agentic coding right now. Like they have API documents, and then you can literally copy the API documents as .md files. Look at this, viewers markdown. And so now you can literally copy any page in markdown format and send it to your agent. So you don't even need to know anything about the payment processes, because Stripe, you literally just find like, oh, we have an issue with, let's say we got an issue with payment, right? And then you just go to the specific page, all right, invoices. Now you go here, viewers markdown, and then copy the link of this into your AI agent and be like, yo, review the docs here. You know what I mean? So you don't even need to know like payment processes that well, bro. Shitcoin connoisseur, I'll send again, was asking if you have a decent recommendation for where to start with a multi-agent Openclaw setup, where each agent is task specific and collaborative with the other agent. I've read a lot of people saying they lose context easily between agents, and it's sort of hard to get everything to be cohesive. Been using Claude Code for about a year now, would want agents for sourcing insights, researching how best to structure tweets and competitor analysis, graphic generation, etc. Yo, shitcoin connoisseur. All right, I got a few things for you. First things first, I'm kind of doing something similar right now with this autonomous app factory. On the right hand side, you can see here, I have this dashboard. I built this dashboard with Claude Code, okay? And basically this dashboard runs through this sort of framework where we have Claude Code as this kind of orchestrator, right? And every time an app idea comes in, it basically just like allocates this agent to work on it. And then once this agent is done, it just says this agent to look at what this agent has done. And then it continues where it left off. And this way you can kind of keep your context relatively clean for your main orchestrator Openclaw agent while running through this. And the way that I've set this up is I've just gotten Claude Code to set everything up for me. Meaning that my Openclaw's context is completely fresh, because every time I got Openclaw to build these things for itself, it would just run out of context by the time it could actually use the system that it built. So I'm using Openclaw to build the system, and then my Claude code Opus 4.6 to build the system, and then my Openclaw kind of just connects to it. Now that's the first thing. The second thing is there's this thing called Larry Brain, and I do have like an affiliate for this, but obviously only use it if you are interested. But it's basically got this one skill called Larry's Marketing Experiments. And essentially this one skill is generated over 300,000 TikTok views in 48 hours. And yeah, you can basically use this skill. Looks like it's actually free, so you don't even need to have a subscription required. But yeah, if you have the subscription, you can then check out all these other skills that it has. But this skill in particular is pretty crazy, because if you go to X, right, you'll see that this guy called Ollie has generated over 8 million views from this one skill. Right here, where is it? Larry, my Openclaw agent, got me 8 million views in just 1 week, so I'm giving away the skill for free. And he literally got it to the point, and you can see here, where his agent was able to autonomously generate slides to post on TikTok, which would generate like hundreds of thousands of views. And then those views would then funnel into his app. And so check out this skill. It's pretty cool. You can see like he literally takes screenshots of people coming into his app and paying for the monthly fee. Like, it's pretty cool. So check it out. I think I got the link in the description. That's it. Here's what happens. Everything unlocks where it's used. So now your screenshots show the actual features people are paying for, and the review verifies the premium content actually works, not just that a paywall renders. Sweet. Next steps. So PanTube capturing app screen store screenshots. Looks like it's going through this phase since it missed it earlier. Here's what I'd suggest. Get a Gemini API key. We already have the Gemini API key. Check. Use whatever we are using for the icon generations. Sick. I mean, looks like we are pretty good, man. Pretty good. So I should probably mention, when uploading metadata, at the bottom, at the very bottom of the description, it's already set up, so that's already right. All right, please run tests, make sure everything is going smooth, and overview what's happening in the factory loop. Check everything is smooth there. Also, maybe we need to create some logs so that if something goes wrong, you have somewhere you can look. Boom, there's 4 apps done. Now, I think once these 2 are finished, it's gonna work on Plant Pulse. Elite man, appreciate the insight a lot. All good, bro. Also, if you're working on crypto apps, you should check out Privy. I'm sure you've heard of it before. But Privy.io is basically good for security, because if you're working with like wallet integrations and stuff, Privy basically handles like all the security behind like where to store the wallet, the signing in process and everything like that. And usually that'll increase your conversion rate, because a lot of people, when they see Privy, they're gonna like know that your app is safe because it has this powered by Privy sign, and they're built by the Stripe company as well. So yeah, check out Privy if you're working on crypto specific apps. It's just a plugin that simply just connects to your app. All right, let's see if this works. So it should be able to swipe by itself. Okay, doesn't look like it's working. Oh, meeting memo right there. Screen recording this, so oh, it was able to skip past. Nice. And that's kind of it. Looks like the app ends there. Did that work? No, it didn't. Again, not really seeing any monetization or paywall here. Not seeing any monetization for Privy, for meeting memo. Not much info and onboarding. Not much info. What are your suggestions to make sure this doesn't happen again? I think 2 out of the 4 apps I think 1 out of 2 of the recent apps we built ran into monetization issues. Need to bring that fail number down. Like me as the creator looking at meeting memo, I have no idea how a user gets to pays for this. I pressed the recording button and app crashed. I don't think our reviews are working properly. Also, our build agent is kind of building half-finished apps. How can we bolster the build so the review has less heavy lifting to do? I think maybe we do need to involve codecs. I'm starting to think. Part of me feels like after the build is done, we get codecs 5.3 involved in a build part 2 section that verifies that the first build by Opus is functioning and matches the original criteria. I think this will greatly improve the quality. Yo, are you on your 4th app? Yes, sir. We're up to our 4th app through this app factory. We are running into some issues. Obviously, of course, it's never going to be smooth off the rip. Looks like it's fixing some stuff. After it's done that, I'm probably going to then run this next prompt, which I think is going to greatly improve things or completely crash and burn everything. Let's see. Obviously, codecs will need context passed from the first from Opus in build phase. Can use the OpenAI API provided. for codecs. Involve for codecs integration. Where do you publish these apps? We'll be publishing them through the Apple App Store. Pantry Power builds now. Let me also add the factory learning loop fix and add a validation check for this in the deploy script so it never happens again. Let me run the factory doctor. All right, cool. Everything's clean. Here's the full rundown. Okay, so quality check now saves a JSON report after every run. New factory doctor sh script, run at any time to see all project statuses, recent errors, alerts, stale locks, and where to find log files. Pantry Power and Meeting Memo both got paid mode install manager plus screenshot tests. Screenshots will now show full premium content, no paywalls. Pantry Power had a corrupted point to a file reference instead of the target, was causing Xcode to crash, fixed it, builds clean now. Add a rule to rules only so this gets caught in future reviews. All for a healthy, no errors. Okay, let me run this. Larry Brain is wicked. Anything else of a similar nature you pay for? Highly recommend. Not really. That's kind of the main thing. Larry Brain's the main one. Obviously on top of Claude Code and all that. Whisper Flow. How do you market them? Do you find people about, how do you people find about them? I mean, it depends. So far, we've only really built crypto apps. So for the crypto apps, we've just been marketing through our X, and you can see like, where is it? When we launched like Moltboard, for example, you know, we kind of just generated automatically a lot of buzz. Like my live stream had nearly 4,000 views. And you know, the coin went crazy. It generated a lot of followers, as well as for Sheldon as well. So yeah, I mean, the marketing is kind of different every time, but so far we haven't had to really focus too much on the marketing. When we launched Ore Miner, for example, I was pretty close with the Ore community and ecosystem, so all my posts were getting good engagement. And you can even see like down here, we even got a retweet from Tolly, who's the co-founder of Solana. And obviously this is extremely lucky, right? But he was able to bring a lot of eyeballs to Ore Miner. Like you can see his post got 50,000 views. Our original post got 61,000 views, and he's retweeted us twice. Like you can see here, he retweeted us again here. So yeah, like we've been on a bit of a lucky run, I'm not gonna lie. Even with the Seeker airdrop that we got from launching Ore Miner on the Solana Mobile Seeker. It's all just, I guess, strategic. I'm very familiar with crypto, so iOS apps is definitely a little out of my comfort zone, I'm not gonna lie. The app has no monetization UI, crashed on a record, and still sailed through. That's 3 separate gates that should have caught this. Let me plan this properly since it's a significant architecture change. Another thing I've noticed is in this launching kind of section, it doesn't really name what the app is. So it's hard for us to know when there's multiple apps. It was alright at the start, but now because we don't fully know what each one is, it's a bit more difficult. Yo, it's already jumped onto Plant Pulse. So we can clear all this. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different apps have been built through this app factory now. It's getting pretty close. I'd say we're like, yeah, 80% of the way there. Is gone. Meeting memo still at, let me check if the no hub parent is also done, but it's blocked on manual action. Needs you. App Store Connect. API key doesn't have create permission, so the factory can't do this autonomously. Let me clear this stale lock file. Kill the zombie parent. Yo, shitcoin connoisseur with the 20, bro. Holy. Yo, that's definitely the most that I've gotten. God damn. Yo, appreciate you, brother. You really didn't have to do that, man. You really didn't. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yo, I didn't know you from New Zealand. You just down the road from me, man, for real. Just a small thanks for the intel, and so I don't feel too bad about asking questions, configuring everything in the next few days. So I might pop in to ask about stuff I can't get a reasonable answer with through my own due diligence. All good, bro. All good. Pop in whenever you need, man. Also, don't feel like you need to donate if you want to ask questions, man. I'm here to help. Like, obviously do it if you want. Like, I'm not going to complain like shit, but also don't feel like pressured to donate either. Like, you could see obviously the challenge is doing quite well for me. So yeah, I'm here to help. And if anyone has any questions, I'll happily answer them if I'm not too busy vibe coding my apps. But yeah, appreciate you, shitcoin connoisseur. Man, you're doing great. Good luck for your apps too. Thanks, Hamad. Appreciate you. How are your API costs looking at the moment? Or are you using a plan? I mean, API costs are about $1,000 a month right now, roughly. Nothing, I mean, it's a bit crazy. It's a bit wham for a lot of people, but you got to compare it to like the amount that you're getting out of it. Like, are you getting $1,000 worth out of your API costs? For me personally, I feel like I am. I've literally got freaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apps that have just autonomously been built. One of these apps alone could generate that, you know? So yeah, cool to see. Yo, shitcoin connoisseur, you should also check out our Discord, bro. There's 1,000 of us all in there building our own apps. So if you have any questions and stuff, everyone's pretty helpful in there. I was in the middle of designing. Well, if you are producing more than $1,000 worth of value, then 100%. Yeah, agree. MSD Zilla. Now I have full context. Let me design the plan by launching a plan agent with all findings. $1,000 in Discord. Can I find a business partner there? Yeah, of course. Nose Night. Aren't you in the Discord? I swear you're in the Discord, bro. What is this Sheldon thing that you have got there? Is that Openclaw? And I saw that project go through different stages. Is that different agents doing different work? Yes. MD Zilla, you are correct. Very observative. So Sheldon is my Openclaw agent. And you can see him on X. Right here. This is Sheldon, and he basically runs the show. And basically I've plugged him into this system that automatically builds apps. Yo, Nose Night, join the Discord, bro. Here, hold up, I'll send you the link. Here. Did that send? Let me know if the recent message I just sent went through. But this is the Discord for anyone that doesn't know. We got people in here always talking about cool shit. We got show off here. You can show off your builds. Ask for help here as well. People will come in and help you out. AI news. People will tell you cool stuff that's going on. Memes, obviously. You can also get pinged when I go live. And yeah, you can kind of let people know if you're a vibe coder or a developer or an entrepreneur. And yeah, trying to make it a cool space for all of us to hang out. I was in the middle of designing the plan for strengthening the build phase with the Codex 5.3 verification step. Let me read the key files. Okay. Dan, we're at 96% of our session limit, so we're almost done for the day with our Claude Max plan limitations. You read the current plan. I'll write the new plan, focus on the build, strengthening Codex 5.3 verification. So this was made. Can we see when this was made? Because it's meant to auto 12:23. A job was run. So literally 10 minutes later, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apps here. So once this 5th app is completed in terms of build, it should be able to do cron jobs like once every 2 hours. Now let me read the meeting memo files that need fixing. Okay. Hopefully you can get this done within the window, because we're kind of screwed because this is a pretty complex task. So if the window randomly cuts out, then having to kind of jig it to do this again is going to be annoying. Come on. It's been in ideate phase for quite a bit here. It's at 5% context window right now, which is pretty good considering we've built 3 apps. I think one thing that'll be interesting to check and test is you can see it's at 5% now. So tomorrow when we look at this, how much higher is this going to be from just heartbeat checks? And if it's drastically higher, we might need to further reevaluate things. What's this? Pantry Pal, we got screenshots coming through. The Pantry Pal, I don't know if I'm loving that icon. I'm hoping that's not the finished product. Okay. The AI is able to click between the different buttons quite nicely, which is good. Which model are you using? I'm using Sonnet and Opus and Codex. Will you share Sheldon with us? Yeah, I do plan to share Sheldon when it's done. I'll probably make a whole YouTube video about it. But I will be testing it thoroughly before I share it. Like, I want to be getting apps in the App Store. I want to have like 30, 40 apps in the App Store before I release this into the wild. But yeah, definitely will be sharing. And for anyone interested in building it themselves, like, I've built this fully publicly on the stream. So you guys can literally just go back on the streams and watch how I built them. Now, obviously, it's like, what, 20, 30 hours of content. But hey. So it is a full-scale app business. Yeah. It basically builds apps autonomously from start to finish. And you kind of have to come in and start and just submit it to the App Store. The diagnostics are just source kit, not finding other projects' files. That's expected for file views in isolation. All right, well, I'm about to run out of my tokens. Will the apps make revenue from in-app subscriptions? Yes, sir. Like you can see here, you can upgrade and pay for like monthly, yearly. Monetization is baked in as well. But on that note, I'm probably going to end the stream here, guys. We kind of are about to run out of our limits for Claude Code for this session. So I feel like we've made some good progress. We've literally connected Sheldon into the system and it's able to generate apps from start to finish fully autonomously without much human involvement. Now, the next live stream will basically be us just kind of tinkering with this to make sure it's at a level where it's actually building apps that are functional and work. Like, yeah, like so far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different apps that are built, and I'd say 3 out of the 5 actually work. So that's like a 40% failure rate. So we want to try and reduce that to like maybe 5-10% if possible. But yeah, thanks for joining. I feel like it was a pretty good stream today. We got a lot done. And I will catch you in the next one tomorrow, same time, 8:30 a.m. Sydney time. Peace out. I hope you guys all have a good time and are building some cool shit. Good luck with your